changed from last night?
Yeah.
That should be good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you need an agenda? Yes.
We need papers to do it. Good job, Ken. How you doing?
What's in the back of that?
What?
Back there, is that extracurricular?
Yeah. I guess.
I have all the papers.
I need this for my website.
Oh, extracurricular? Nothing changed from earlier today? Okay.
Are you going out there?
No, I'm staying right here. This is curriculum, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Here, I got one for you. And one for you. Oh, do you have one? You printed yours out.
Yeah, I printed out. Oh, this is for me?
Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started with the curriculum committee meeting. As you can see, it's a pretty light agenda tonight, so we just have one item up for discussion, the approval of the request from the following two students, both currently 11th graders who would like to graduate in June 2019, Ashley Kreiser and Amara Underwood. Any comments, questions, concerns, discussion? Go them.
My understanding is annually there's one or two students that meet all the requirements and fulfill all expectations, and this happens, they put the request through, and standard practice for us in the district.
Great.
Any other questions, comments, concerns that should be addressed?
I have some questions, but not to this, for this.
Okay.
So we'll put that through the consent.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Mr. Miller, did you have other questions,
Yeah,
concerns?
I sent emails to you guys and I haven't heard back. Some of them are some serious situations here, but you guys just keep ignoring me. So, what do you think I should do? No, not curriculum. I just said I didn't have nothing concerning me.
Okay. I thought you meant you had something for curriculum.
Negative.
Specific. Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, questions, concerns, or comments for the curriculum committee, then we'll.
I'll give a little comment, just a little bit of update. I know in the past I mentioned about our, again, I'm liking the term, I'm not sure I like the term curriculum council going forward. I think we finally did get you information, Lisa, about, we talked about the ag stuff and about that too a little bit later, but we wanted to clean it up so it was understandable. But I liked how they bullet pointed the questions, so we got stuff out there. Going forward, objective, what we like to do as a district, I've shared this with a couple of board members, I'm sharing with kind of committee people that are interested here. I see that council, curriculum council committee made up of our board members, faculty, and our admin team, and then we'll be able to regularly present information that happens at those committee meetings or that council meeting here. But the focus for the rest of this year is going to be what we're doing currently in the district and how we can do it better. We shared information, you saw information right on the website about targeted school improvement, so we have some issues that we're taking a look at there, things we need to address there. But I think a better service, a better function of that committee, or council, again, I keep using that word, for the rest of this year, is going to be, let's look at our practice, what we're doing, what we need to do better. And essentially what I'm saying is, you know, I want to say I'm not necessarily looking for new courses, adding new courses, and throwing a whole bunch of stuff out there until we're sure the things that we're doing confident-wise and things we're doing internally in the district are being introduced with proper rigor, proper support, proper materials, proper curriculum. So there's going to be a bunch of topics like that. So that's what I want the function of that core council, curriculum council, to happen for the remainder of this year. That's my objective. I'll share it more formally and kind of a report to everyone, but that took the time over the break to think about it. And I'm like, I'm not sure we need to go new course direction here. We'll be soliciting for new stuff. Let's really take a look, because look, we all know it's public information. Our scores aren't where we want them to be as a district. let's look internally, let's just look and see how we're teaching our kids, we're going to support our teachers, supporting our kids, and let's get some of that stuff worked in. Let's take a look at that as we're doing stuff, focus on those things before we start introducing some new stuff. So that's my personal contribution to what I'd like to see happen with regard to curriculum in the district going forward. As this committee meets, as we meet monthly with a curriculum meeting, we'd like to bring, we'll have more information on the agenda that we can then start sharing from that curriculum council. So that's where the community gets updated, understands what's going on, and gets some input. But that's what I would like to see, or what is our focus going forward. If there's any questions on that, I'll happy to entertain that. I apologize for my raspy voice, but I'm talking, especially today, I was talking a lot today. So I apologize if you can't hear me too clearly.
Has that been formed yet, the council?
It's not, that's going to be happening.
Okay.
Yep. We just got back, we were cleaning a lot of stuff up, so people will be hearing from me by next week.
So you had mentioned that the paper in which I forget the term that it is, that has like the 200 schools within Pennsylvania that are now in this targeted plan. So is that going to be updated? Because I looked at that targeted plan that was put out there for 2019 to 2023, because it's supposed to be a 4-year process, and everybody's name that's on there is now no longer there. So that, in essence, that plan would need to be revised, would it not?
And there's comprehensive plan, we're talking about targeted school improvement plan, two different things. We have a comp plan that was just done, revised, and posted. This targeted school piece is actually being directed through the IU to support the districts that are in targeted schools. So we're going to work in conjunction with them.
So you're working
And
with
what
Brian?
they're doing,
Is that his name?
Brian Barnhart's the director of the IU. But what's going to happen is the funding goes through them to support the schools and other schools, and I'll just take our county. What happens is they'll get, and that's just from the funding piece, but from the support piece, what they decided to do, because other schools, even though they're not on our ASTI, art system, or whatever that terminology is for targeted school, many superintendents and even the IU at this point are thinking, here's an opportunity for us to look at everybody district-wide, and districts to look at themselves district-wide, and it's not just targeted population. And that's kind of what triggered my thought, along with the information, the questions you posed about the ag courses. All that kind of came into play and said, opportune time to start doing this comprehensively in our district. So we're not the only ones kind of taking this direction. Other districts are doing that. I was going to kind of be a player in that, supporting us and helping us out with this process. We'll have our little internal structure procedure, kind of things we'll be doing, as I just shared, curriculum council, for lack of a better term, and then we'll be players in the game.
So the
It'll be
TIS and the
process here.
CIS then will be revised?
That's all being
Because
looked at.
it's not-
They're kind of melding them together, even if it's
Right,
what the
'cause
state put out, but they're
okay.
saying, hey, this is a smart way to go about this.
I'm just asking because it's
Yep.
out already on the
Yep.
website, as
Sure.
it's already been done and approved, and it says who's doing what, and those personnel are, I assume, are no longer within those positions.
Okay.
Because there's a curriculum name, and Mr. Bott is on there, or boy, and he.
Vote.
Vote. And he's, sorry, sir. And he's no
Mixed up
longer
with John
doing
Boyd.
curriculum, he's no longer doing the curriculum, so, I mean, there's pieces that need to be looked at
And I'm
and
aware of what's
revamped.
always been out there in the past. What I'm saying is I'm trying to look forward and go forward and
Right,
correct
I
what
was
we
just
need to
looking, because
correct.
it was brand new, like it was just posted a
Right.
little bit ago,
Right.
because I know it has to be in,
And
to
that's
the
the
state
comp
by a
plan that
certain
you're
time.
talking about.
Yeah,
That's what I was just in the comprehensive plan.
yep,
That's got to be corrected as one piece, but separate and aside from that, what I'm talking about is separate and distinct from that. It's a school
Okay.
improvement piece. It's a whole nother.
That's separate
it's a whole
from
nother
that
item.
plan.
Yep, yep,
okay.
yep.
Mr. Murphy?
2 questions. One, does that mean there's not going to be any new courses proposed for next year? And 2, with what was brought up last month with the ag, has there been a resolution figured out so people could, so that the students could have the 4 years of ag credit where they would be in the FFA, because some scholarships do depend on that? And
Did that information that we sent you get out to
You
everybody?
just sent it to me.
It just got to you?
Yeah,
We
you
can
just
get
sent
out-
it to me.
put that
I
on
forwarded
agenda
it
for
to some
discussion
people, but
For next month to talk about it, to expand, so if it didn't
So,
get there, we can put that on the
there's
agenda.
actually
and
middle
discuss.
school
There is some stuff.
pieces
Yeah.
that we have not been able to do within the district, according to Mrs. O and Mrs. Balmer, that kids have not been able to even get those types of recognition because we didn't have that piece of the program.
Okay.
But still, the pieces that I was asking still need to be,
I'd
I
like
think
to have
there's
the-
still
so will
a
they
copy
copy.
the
get
ag
will they
people
get
here.
their first year FFA or whatever they need so
So-
that they could apply for the scholarships as seniors to get the funding that they need for higher education?
The way in which my goddaughter explained it to me is, yes, there are pieces that they will not be able to get, but there are additional pieces because they were middle school that they would be able to get, and they still would be able to go in and do their grants and stuff through there. But there's rules and regulations within there, and so it's all through the FFA. It's not necessarily designed by whatever the school district does. It's all through the FFA.
And let me try to arrange for the ag folks to be here next month. Have any parts, let's do a part, that'd be nice to have that present. That seems to be something that there's a lot of interest on right now. So let's focus on, we have a topic here, or at least we have a piece of a curriculum that everybody seems to have a general interest in. And I think they'd be pretty excited because they were eager to respond. I mean, they put that information, I think they'd like to talk about.
Yeah,
what
and
they
now
do
it's
and how
known
we
for
can
ag.
advance it, yeah.
Well, now you have so many kids out right now for educational purpose for the farm show,
Yeah,
so.
so we'll make that.
Just a quick add one. I heard on NPR today that the state is putting together an ag education council to look at how to better make things more consistent in ag education across the state. And so we might kind of want to drag our feet in making any big changes before we hear what filters down
We
from
can
there.
start having our dialogue now on good priorities and see when that stuff comes out, so everything matches up.
Yeah, because it might
good
be a
focus to start
possibility
with.
of having to try to find another ag teacher
Yeah.
to be able to help alleviate some of that
And back to your
additional.
first question, Mr. Murphy, I'm not sure, when I'm saying no new courses, as a general, I'm not gonna be here on a monthly basis. What's not gonna be happening is just new courses being thrown at us for approval. I'm not saying that there's not maybe good rationale behind some of that, but I'm saying let's just prioritize. There may be a couple of exceptions over the course of the next few months because maybe we have something going on right now. We have the ASL, or is it the American Sign Language one? Students, but we heard a lot of good things about it. Students participating. We found out it can count as a foreign language credit going forward. So maybe something that may come for approval is ASL2 then. If all the wheels are in motion, we got the interest, we found out it's approved, it's credit accepted. So that may be a couple exceptions to the rule, but
But it'll
I'm not
be
be
put
throwing other
out,
thing out here in front because, hey, I'd like to do this, or I'd like to do this kind of course.
but if it comes up for approval, it'll be put out way before course selection.
Course
yeah,
selection is
yeah.
January 25th.
Yeah. Oh, you mean for next year? Yeah.
That was the big point
It's a timeline
for
we're running up against.
what
Yeah.
happened last
Right,
year
right,
was
right,
people
right.
were signed up for courses that weren't approved. So you gotta wanna have your courses approved before the course sign-up is.
Well, they find out exceptions. I don't know how to answer that right now because you're right. For course selections coming up, we can't wait to do it. Just schedules what we need to do. I mean, we're stopping the course, new course approval thing was part of the reason, or part of the reason why we don't want to go forward because of the time frame. But we don't want to cut off students from doing something. Let me talk. I have to talk to the board. We haven't had the discussion yet. So.
The other piece, since you brought up ASL, is maybe thinking about, because you are the special education guru through here, and you understand where I come from when it comes from special education, and what I've seen in that class, that it might be something to think about, kind of putting that in a rotation for those special education kids.
I'm sorry,
Putting it like in a rotation, or having it be able to be offered to those kids as well. Not just like my
Okay.
kid gets it offered because I'm a big mouth and I refuse to accept the answer no, because it can be done. But there are some other kids that would probably benefit from that. And the main reason why I bring this up is because that evens the playing field for a lot of those kids. You can't use your voice in that class. So you have to use your fingers. And so those kids who may be shy about using their voice or being able, we might be able to work through different kind of communication and goals and things of that nature off of the special education kids, and having this as such a forefront in this area, it might be something to look at.
Sure.
Or have a discussion about, so that those kids also are able to get that particular piece as well.
Any other comments or questions or concerns? Okay,
Okay.
meeting adjourned.
Thank you.